Morning, folks. Welcome to the briefing on Tuesday the 25th. Compared to yesterday, it looks an absolutely beautiful day. So hopefully we get some decent flying in today. This is the midday predicted chart. So sort of fronts being sort of driven around this way, and the low pressure's disappeared off. So we're just in a very moist northwesterly airflow, really. And it is a bit soggy in places and at various levels, as you can see from the ascents a little bit later. But it's drying out as the day goes on. I think it'll be okay. Unstable air mass, so I think there's a very isolated chance of a shower in there as well. And you can see the spacing on the isobars, not sort of tightly packed, but it's not sort of widely spaced, so reasonably windy at flying heights, I think. The TAFs for the day, there's Farnborough. Most of the day, 270 degrees, 8 knots on the ground. 10k viz, few at 4.5. I think, yeah. Cloud base should, if the temperatures get to about 15, 16 degrees and the dew points go down as far as I think they're going to go, should see 4,500 foot cloud base eventually. And it says tempo between 11 and 4 o'clock this afternoon, 15 gusts in 25, 7,000 meter showers and rain. Tempo is the minimum they can forecast. It's isolated, light chance of seeing showers and rain. If it was prob 30 or prob 40, then there's much more of a chance. Upper winds, I think 20 knots. Realistically, maybe a little bit more than that over the center of the country from a northwesterly direction, 300 degrees, it's saying there, 20 to 25 knots at flying heights. SatPic shows quite a lot of cloud still lingering in here. As I say, it's a northwesterly airflow. It's a soggy air mass. So there will be lots of cloud in there, and that'll dry out hopefully as the day goes on. As temperatures build, I think by the afternoon we should see, according to the BBC, around 15 degrees, maybe a little bit more than that. You think this time last year it was what, 27 degrees or something? Yeah, and high cloud bases. So such a change. It's below the seasonal average for this time of year. So dew points currently about 6 or 7. I think they're going to go down to hopefully 1 or maybe 2 degrees. So good temperature split in the afternoon to play with. And then when you sort of plug those numbers into the soundings, that's late this afternoon, you can see it's still quite unstable up through here. So that's why they're probably forecasting the chance of a light shower. So you plug those sort of temperatures in, it's saying 4,500 foot cloud base. Hopefully dew points will be down here somewhere. Cloud tops, I think not quite going to go that high. Looking at the Larkhill ascent in a second, cloud tops 7,000-8,000 feet. So a pretty reasonable day. If it does turn to shower in 1 or 2 places, yeah, it could be, because the cloud tops have gone up to sort of 13,000-14,000 feet, because it's minus 15, 16 up at that sort of height. No real surprises. There's not sort of upper cloud particularly about, and you can see the winds 20 knots here at flying heights in the predicted. This is the actual Larkhill. There's a lid on it here at about 7,000, 8,000 feet. So to get going, it's going to require 10 degrees to start really giving sensible thermals. Cloud base will slowly crawl up from what it is at the moment, which is quite low. Then hopefully this lid will not cause spread out, but actually not sort of allow things to become too unstable. And again, this lid here right up to about 10,000 feet will keep things under control. So yeah, quite a nice day. Top meteo giving the same sort of forecast for soaring by 11. I think probably more 12 o'clock it'll be in excess of 3,000 feet, 3,500 feet, and then early to mid-afternoon round here it's saying 1,500 meters, and out to the northwest again 1,500 meters, so 4,500 feet. But it is then showing from sort of 3 o'clock in the afternoon showers. Top Meteo does tend to, on days like this, over-egg the possibility of showers. I think they're going to be isolated, according to the BBC, the occasional sharp shower maybe. Nothing too great. I think this is a bit of an overplay on it, to be honest. And again, I think the day should be quite reasonable into sort of late afternoon, early evening, 5, 6 o'clock. Still should be quite soarable. Cloud amounts. By 11:30, hopefully we've got a usable cloud base. And quite nice for a bit. Then odd showers. You can see they're sort of showing isolated showers here, but still good areas elsewhere. So, you know, be optimistic about this, folks. I think there's less chance of showers. You can see the next frontal system coming in to give us some cloud late in the day, early evening probably. That's driven in by the jet stream. Just looking at the jet stream, it sort of curves up in the mid-Atlantic and then comes back down over us. The upper winds out to the west of the UK at 25,000 feet are 80, 90 knots. So that's where the jet stream sits. And it doesn't look like it's going to move for a few days. So hopefully we're just in the right place that we'll avoid the worst of the jet stream weather. Okay, so reasonable day. Should be good for some sort of 300-400k at least, I would have thought. Predicted distances and places to go, basically out to the northwest. With those sort of strength winds, and the winds are fairly constant all the way up, I think there's a good chance of wave interference as well, or good chance of wave in the lee of Wales. And you could just see that on the satellite picture first thing this morning, sort of wave bars out towards the Mind area. So that's one thing to note. So apart from that, should be a nice day, folks. Okay, airspace wise, not really a lot going on. That's hang gliding down on the South Downs. The temporary danger area at Keevil, did they NOTAM it yesterday?
I believe so.
Yeah, they're NOTAMing this every day, folks. The original agreement, they would only NOTAM it when they're actually going to use it with 24 hours notice. I think it's just become a default. Let's just send out a notification and a NOTAM regardless. And this is something we're going to have to chase up. But it says it's active from 2 to 5:30 this evening, up to 3,500 feet. You can get a danger area crossing service from Salisbury Plain, so Boscombe down on 126.7, or Keevil on 129.980. Be interesting to know people's feedback if they do actually speak to them, what's going on. We will be requesting a Freedom of Information Act on that to find out how often it's actually used, because we believe that it's not in regular use, but actually being NOTAMed every day. Sywell, busy again with aerobatics all day, and radius on that. They don't give a radius, but at 4 kilometres. So be aware of that, folks. And apart from that, it's very quiet local airspace in the southern half of England. Operationally today, well, there's no jet movements. That's a bit of a positive note. We're on the grass north side, aerotowing only, unfortunately, folks. While they fix some nasty areas on the runway. I had a look at it at the weekend, and they're quite bad.
They're not out there yet. I'll chase it up.
Yeah. So aerotowing on the north side, I'm sure there's probably people putting a grid out there already. Will operate. You've done that before during comps and at the start of the flying operations after lockdown. So it's fairly familiar. The runway still acts as a barrier, folks. So if you circuit to the south, please land to the south of the main runway, and then we'll just come across and tow you back. Yeah, don't land on the runway. There will be people working there, and the last thing they're expecting is you to be arriving on top of them. Okay, so hopefully see you out there, folks.